Welcome back. Malawi's government has banned a 3-day nationwide protest against the electoral body. The protesters have been holding regular demonstrations since the election in May, in which President Peter Mutharika was narrowly elected to a second term in office with 38.5% of the vote. Protesters say the election was rigged and they want the chair of the Electoral Commission, Jane Ansah, to resign. But Information Minister Mark Botomani says the government has instructed city councils and district councils not to issue permission to protest. He says this is due to the fact that previous protests turned violent and security forces were overwhelmed. Meanwhile, a special criminal court in Chad has jailed 243 rebels who made a failed incursion into the northeast from Libya in February. The heavily armed militants had managed to travel hundreds of kilometers into the Enedi region in a convoy consisting of dozens of vehicles before being halted by French airstrikes. Those sentenced today received prison terms ranging from 10 to 20 years. A special court also handed down life sentences in absentia to nearly a dozen rebel leaders living outside Chad, including their chief Timan Erdimi. The Union of Resistance Forces, an armed group opposed to Chadian President Idris Deby, is based in the desert of southern Libya. The ECOWAS National Unit at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs here in Nigeria has held a sensitization workshop on ECOWAS trade liberalization scheme in Lagos. Participants were drawn from different ministries and agencies of the federal government. You may be hearing about the ECOWAS trade liberalization scheme for the first time, but officials of the regional bloc will tell you it's a program that started years ago when the community thought it imperative to work on improved trade between regional neighbors.
Since 1975, when ECOWAS was set up, just 2 years after that, the leadership of the sub-region felt that we should do more in terms of economic integration, and at the early stage they introduced the exportation of agricultural products within the sub-region freely without payment of tariffs, custom duties, and then from there it moved to handcraft and then to industrial products. By 1990 we were able to have an ECOWAS protocol on that.
What is it that we need to know?
Nigeria is leading the campaign for enlightenment with the aim of helping regional governments key properly into the Continental Free Trade Agreement, while one of her closest allies, Ghana, is giving her full support.
Nigeria is really, I recall Nigeria contributes 60% to ECOWAS budget, so Nigeria is promoting these new initiatives. I recall at the last AU summit in Niamey, Niger, Mr. President signed the Continental Free Trade. And all this is essentially designed to promote trade between the ECOWAS member countries and Africa as whole.
We were part of the discussions on how to bring together private and public sector together to discuss the ELTS. We're one of the strong proponents for the African Free Trade, Continental Free Trade Agreement. We believe that this will play a role in that bigger picture, and we were very anxious really to be a part of this, and so we put our best foot forward.
It's nothing new to us. It is only now that they are trying to put it in a better context so that both countries will know what they are exporting to one place, one country and the other. And then this will also help our governments, to raise and generate the necessary funds for the betterment of the two countries.
Despite it being a scheme for traders of small businesses for at least 15 countries, membership is not automatic. Traders need to ensure products are at least 60% local content and pass the proof of origin. At the end of the day, the buck stops at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for applications to join the scheme.